My name is Andrii Semenenko. I'm a Senior Product Manager here at Spryker, and today I'm going to talk about fulfillment. So we have a few items on our agenda. So I will start with a brief introduction to typical fulfillment process, what it is, and then I'm going to talk about new fulfillment app that address some of the things that I will describe in the fulfillment process, and then we gradually move into the live demo and Q&A session. So what does a typical fulfillment process looks like? So usually it all starts with an order that is placed by the customer, and once an order is placed inside the warehouse, we have a pick list that is generated for this order. So the pick list contains items that needs to be picked up from the shelves inside the warehouse. Usually a picker assigns the pick list to themselves, and then they start the picking process. Very often pickers pick batches of orders at the same time to improve productivity. Barcodes on the pick list and products help with picking accuracy, while the product bin location data helps with efficiency. Now, once items are picked from the shelves, they put into the picking boxes or into the final packages. So it depends on the way how the warehouse picking process configured in a specific warehouse. Once pick list is fully picked, items transported to the storage area, which is also something that can or cannot be implemented inside the warehouse. Then items are packed securely and labeled for delivery to the customer. And the last but not least, carriers, they take care of the packages and deliver them to the customers. For the in-store pickup orders, where customers pick up the orders themselves, and those orders are waiting for customers to arrive. Now, we built a fulfillment app to automate fulfillment processes like this. So a few facts about the fulfillment app. So it's a new application. It's powered by Oryx framework, which is also new. I'm going to talk about it a little bit later. So it's easily customizable. We use a new pick and list concept to build this application. It supports offline mode. You can pick with your smartphone or any other device where you have a browser, and we use backend API to communicate data back and forth. Now, talking about the Oryx, powered by Oryx, what does it mean? So it means that it's composable. You can compose and configure components, enhance UX, as well as seamlessly integrate others. You can do rapid customizations by using Oryx framework and component library available with it. So you can quickly create customized storefront experience with this. So in the given example, for example, you see the pick list, and inside this pick list view, you have the styles for each individual sales order, D3, D5, D4. Each tile has some data in it, like number of items, date, when it needs to be picked up, time, and an action button to start picking. So we have a component designed for that, Oryx picking list, that you can use and customize to your specific needs on a project where you can build your own components to do other stuff. So for example, if you would like to implement a packing process, you can build a packing component, right? So we have this available as a part of Storybook, of course, where you can check it out. So just give you an example. So this is our component that I'm talking about, Oryx picking list component. So you have certain things that are available out of the box right here. So you can apply different sorting, and you can see all the components that we used to build the fulfillment app application right here. And you can check check them out. So you can deploy this storybook on your machine, and I advise you to also check out the Spryker Oryx on GitHub and make yourself familiar with this. Now, the second item that I want to talk today about is what we have available out of the box, and this whole new pick list concept that we implemented. So we built architecture in a way that you can implement pick list generation strategies. So you can implement any type of generation strategies you want out of the box. We support single order picking as an example that we built for our customers and partners to see how it can be built. And what does it mean when the order is placed? If you have one or two warehouses or many warehouses that fulfill this order, in each warehouse you have single pick list generated. And this pick list can be processed inside the warehouse by warehouse worker and marked as picked. Not out of the box, but enabled via this whole pick list generation strategy is multi-order picking. So, for example, you can implement zone-based picking. Like in this screen, you have an order, and we have inside the warehouse 3 different pick lists generated for each zone. And then once those individual pick lists are picked, the items are packed in the single package and sent to the customer. Like obviously, you can have all kind of pick list generation strategies implemented on a project well. So enough talk. It's time for a demo. So let me show you an app itself. So as you can see, this is our application. I already have an account, and I can even install this app if I want. I'm going to use a browser version and walk inside. So here I have 2 warehouses available for the currently logged in user. Because sometimes you might work in multiple warehouses dependent on your schedule. So today I'm going to check in this warehouse. And now we have a list of pick lists available for this warehouse picker to pick up. So I'm going to take the first one in the list and start the picking process. So as you can see, this is the component that I was talking about, the pick list component, and I'm going to mark this item as picked. But you can also mark this item as not picked. So I can decide that, hey, I didn't see this item on the shelf, and you know what, I'm not going to pick it. But you always have an option to change all this. So for example, you can pick all items in the picking list, as I did right here. And by doing that, you can end the pick list picking process. So I just picked all items in the picking list. This picking list is gone. And I can proceed and start working with the next pick list. So what happens in the back office? So I just picked an order number 7. So I already opened it right here. So the status of the order was just updated. So we can see that the picking process is started. So we have to wait a little bit until the system synchronizes the state between the picking app and the state machine. And you see that the new status will be picking finished. So usually it takes like around a minute, but I hope it will be much faster this time. Yep. So as you can see, the status is pick and finished, which means that we just picked all items in the pick list. So it's integrated in the state machine. So how it's done inside the state machine, we have this dummy picking subprocess that has all these statuses. So that pick list generation process that I mentioned can be customized in the project level, and supporting statuses like ready for picking, picking started, and picking finished. So all can be integrated in different way inside the state machine and based on the customer requirements. So that's it for the demo, and I hope you have some questions for me, so we can start the Q&A session.